growth rate. And we want to achieve it with passion for the brand, with excellence for the consumer, and with innovation for our business. Now let's dig a little bit into the details which are behind the strategy, behind those 4 elements. Let's start with the first element, passion for the brand. First of all, in order to achieve all this, you need a clear brand identity. You need a very specific and very unique brand language. You need a lot of high-quality PR collaboration. You need aspirational communication, and you need consistent and very consequent implementation of all your activities in the market. Let's talk a little bit about the brand identity. The ingredients for the Swarovski brand identity have always been around. You know, our company is 111 years old, so there's a great history behind it. So it was only necessary to pick up all those ingredients and blend them in kind of a new way in order to have a more structured approach, a more structured interpretation behind our brand identity. And together with our colleagues from the Swarovski crystal component business, which is covering basically the B2B side of Swarovski, we've developed a brand identity because we're both using the Swarovski name, the Swarovski brand for our business, so it's important to us to have a common roof on top of all our activities in the market. So we've come up with what we call the brand chapters. And when we talk about the brand chapters, we talk first of all about the milieu. The milieu is referring to the time when Daniel Swarovski started his business. It was the time of the declining Austrian Empire at the turn of the last century. At this time, a lot of intellectuals, a lot of scientists and artists started to go new ways, starting to experiment in new directions. And at this time, this is the second chapter, the man, Daniel Swarovski, made his invention that made him capable, as basically the only person in the world, to produce the most precise crystal stones. Nobody has ever seen such a precision in crystal stones before. And he took his invention, and he had the guts to move away from his former home in today's Czech Republic to Austria in order to get away from his competitors or his potential competitors. And there he started his new business together with his partners and his family, and he built it up to what it is today. And that leads me to the third chapter, which is called the métier. Our métier is the poetry of precision. Why do we call it poetry of precision? Is that a contradiction? No, it's quite the contrary of a contradiction. It's a symbiosis. Because only the fact that we own a technology that makes us able to produce very precise crystal stones can produce that poetry, all that emotions that are in our product. Without that precision, it would not be possible to have all those visual effects in our product that make it so unique. The next chapter is the medium. This is what we call the jewels with the soul. The jewels with the soul are basically everything you see which is made of the material crystal. And of course, this material has a lot of properties, especially when you take it in your hands and you hold it into the light. You get all these effects, you get reflections, refractions, you see multi-layers of light, you see different colors which are varying all the time, you see lines, points and dots. This is something that is very unique, and this is basically the core element where we also derive our brand and design language from, which we'll hear more about a little bit later from Rosemary and Anthony. And last but not least, also part of our identity, the icon, which is the swan. our trademark, our logo. And all those elements take us to the emotion that you feel from the brand and its core values. And the core values behind the brand are opulence, avant-gardism, substance, and enlightenment.